I'm Donna.
And I'm Bruce. And this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you very much.
I am too. In spite of this, of course, when we record these isn't necessarily when you all hear them, but there's a full moon out there.
There's a full moon, and I looked up in the sky last night. I saw that full moon out there, and I thought, my goodness, you are busy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it is... It's having its little effect.
Well, because there's a full lunar eclipse coming with this full moon tonight. It's actually at 3 a.m.
Oh,
so,
wow.
yeah, this is going to be quite fascinating, this journey from here forward. But right now, we're here with you all.
Welcome.
Here on Lyrical Wisdom. Thank you so much for being here now. And I have something very exciting to announce. Guess what, Bruce?
I don't know.
We are now on Apple Podcasts.
I am so excited about that.
Yay.
Actually, I did know that. We're on not only Apple Podcasts, we're also on Amazon Music.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't believe I'm telling you guys this because I just found out about this just about 5 seconds before we started the show. And that's amazing to me. I am so excited. We're on 4 different streaming platforms, and that is tremendous.
Yes.
So you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Amazon Music. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, and you can also find us on Spotify, and that is huge. So please get out there, find us, like us, subscribe to us, leave comments, put in a request, whatever it is, please do. And explore all of those options because they are great options to stream music and also to stream us.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to say thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for opening your hearts and your ears to us. And thank you so much for your likes and your subscribes and your shares.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. It means so much. And of course, in YouTube, you can leave a comment about how you liked it, or if you want to add some wisdom. We would love to share that as well. And you can put a request in the comments for us too.
Yes. And that is such a genius idea. I did not think of that. And boy, I'm getting my crown chakra blown to the sky this morning. That is amazing. The 4 streaming platforms, and leave a comment and tell us what you think about how you hear the songs that you listen to. And when you make your request, oh man, that's such a great idea. We can add that in. Mm-hmm. We can put a quote if that'd be so wonderful.
And you can also send your requests to
lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com.
Thank you. And we have a great song this morning. And I want to put up a disclaimer real quick. I love this song.
Oh, me too. I love Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
excuse me, I just gave away the
that's
artist.
Okay. Everybody loves Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Come on.
She is amazing.
She is. And she has done some really, really powerful lyrics in her songs that she has done. And this one is one of those powerful lyrics, I believe. And if I cry, just keep listening because I'm just being myself and letting my emotions flow with that full moon.
Oh,
I love you guys. Thank you for being here.
The
All right,
sentiment
Bruce,
is the same.
let's hear this.
Yes. This is called Coat of Many Colors by Dolly Parton. Back through the years, I go wandering once again, back to the seasons of my youth. I recall a box of rags that someone gave us and how my mama put the rags to use. There were rags of many colors, but every piece was small. And I didn't have a coat, and it was way down in the fall. Mama sewed the rags together, sewing every piece with love. She made my coat of many colors that I was so proud of. As she sewed, she told a story from the Bible she had read about a coat of many colors Joseph wore, and then she said, "Perhaps this coat will bring you good luck and happiness." And I just couldn't wait to wear it, and Mama blessed it with a kiss. My coat of many colors that my Mama made for me, made only from rags, but I wore it so proudly. Although we had no money, I was rich as I could be. In my coat of many colors my Mama made for me. So with patches on my breeches and holes in both my shoes, in my coat of many colors I hurried off to school, just to find the others laughing and making fun of me. In my coat of many colors my Mama made for me. And oh, I couldn't understand it, for I felt I was rich. And I told him of the love my Mama sewed in every stitch. And I told him all the story Mama told me while she sewed, and how my coat of many colors was worth more than all their clothes. But they didn't understand it, and I tried to make them see that one is only poor only if they choose to be. Now I know we had no money, but I was rich as I could be. In my coat of many colors my Mama made for me, made just for me.
Thank you, Bruce. I don't think I could have done that.
Wow,
because I teared up while you were reading it.
That's an amazing song.
The most beautiful thing about this song to me is that I think there's truth in this.
Yes,
I think that Dolly really had this coat made by her mother because she grew up poor. That's part of, her story and why I think we all just adore Dolly Parton. Even as a child, she had the strength and the courage to be who she was without hesitation, without doubt, and to be able to stand up for herself, even, at school when all the kids were laughing. So let's start.
Yes.
Because this is going to be great.
This is a really wonderful song.
Back through the years, I go wandering once again, back to the seasons of my youth. I recall a box of rags that someone gave us and how Mama put those rags to use. This is something I believe a lot of us are going through right now. Just taking a moment to just look back at your life, step back in time for a moment and revisit those times in your life where you know that something powerful happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's a very wonderful moment where I can almost envision Dolly Parton singing the song, but being in her memories, being in her almost a past life.
Oh, I see it. I see the little child in that wooden cabin that they lived in and her playing in that box of rags. I can see that. I really can.
I love this. And how my Mama put the rags to use. There were rags of many colors, but every piece was small. Just kind of, it lays it out for us to experience. I am right there with them, watching as a fly on the wall as I listen to this. And it is really amazing.
And something else that's fascinating that's coming to my head right now is where we go. Most of us, when we think of a rag, what do you think of? You think of something that cleans.
Yes.
And something that takes away the dirt and the debris, the darkness, the shame, whatever it is.
It accepts it. It takes it into itself so that we can have a cleaner thing.
Right. And it cleans it.
Yeah,
so there's also a very powerful, I believe, metaphor.
Yes.
In the fact that it was rags that she used to sew the coat, not necessarily material. She could have said scraps of material.
Exactly. The way that the words are put that's so true. There's emotion and intent behind the way she writes this. And that's why I agree with you. This reads like a story straight from her youth. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I think you're right. I think this could, and maybe it's not exactly Dolly Parton. Maybe it was a family member. Maybe it was a friend. Mm-hmm. But the point is, I don't think that we would feel such a strong attachment to the song itself unless it came from that place.
Yeah.
I believe that. And so when you read this, I love that, because then it says, and I didn't have a coat, and it was way down in the fall. So she didn't have a coat to keep her warm. It's starting to get cold and the leaves are starting to fall, and it's, that time of year to have a better coat. And her mama sewed the rags together, sewing every piece with love. She made my coat of many colors. And of course, she was so proud of it. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful coming together of random things.
And I think that the beautiful, most significant point that we can't miss here is the innocence of that child.
Yes.
That sat watching her mother. Not only did her mother sew it, I mean, she could have just said, I watched my mama sew those pieces together.
Yeah.
Her mother sewed that coat with love.
With love.
With love. And she was proud of it. So it's that innocence of the child.
It is, yeah.
That is really prominent in this song.
It is.
Really prominent.
You know what's interesting to me is that you see it with children when they're watching their parents do certain activities. With a mom or a dad, what if this wasn't Dolly Parton? What if maybe it was Donald Parton? And the son is singing this, saying, my dad sewed this coat of many colors. And you could see it either way, because it is that fascinated absorbing of knowledge in that experience for that little child to be there in that innocence, absorbing and watching and witnessing and seeing it. Like if you're watching somebody cook, you're watching somebody build something. Every moment that you get to watch and maybe even help out, hand them something to do something next, it makes you feel like you're a part of that love. And that is, so beautiful. Then this is Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. For those of us that are familiar with musicals, that to me is not maybe where Dolly Parton drew the inspiration for these next lyrics, but this is such an interesting way of using that metaphor that you were talking about. Mm-hmm. As she sewed, she told a story from the Bible she had read about a coat of many colors Joseph wore.
Right.
And then she said, I was fascinated by that. I thought, Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I couldn't get my mind over it, because I felt like that was the reference. And it's such a beautiful similarity.
Anybody who has ever gone to church, as a child especially, has heard the story of Joseph in his coat of many colors.
Yeah.
It's just a very, very prominent, metaphor in the Bible. It really, truly is. But what she says, what Mama says about it is what I love the most.
Yeah.
And then she said, perhaps this coat will bring you good luck and happiness. And I just couldn't wait to wear it. And Mama blessed it with a kiss.
Mama is like the fairy in any fantasy story, or in any story where they give you, like Cinderella, where she makes the clothes. Yes. And then takes her magic wand. The kiss is the magic wand, adding that last little bit of magic. and or starting all the magic. Like this is such a beautiful song, because that's what I thought of when I thought of that. I thought, how magical is her mother right in this moment? I mean,
and I do want to take a moment just to speak into that, Bruce, because those of you that are listening now that are parents, understand that your innocent child watches you and really takes in everything you do, everything you say. I mean, this child, as she sat listening to her mama tell her the story, and then how beautiful of a gift was that for mama to give her.
Unbelievably
this
beautiful, yeah.
coat, perhaps. See, she didn't say it would.
Yeah.
She said perhaps, because she left it up to the child to be able to, because we all have free will.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. She knew that, you create your reality.
Yes.
So you can take this coat and you can make it bring you luck and happiness.
Yes. Yes.
And then she sealed it with a kiss.
Yes, I love how you just said that. Oh, beautiful.
Well,
beautiful.
There's so many. I mean, that sealed with a kiss, just that phrase is big. I mean, we all know it means something.
Yes, it does.
It means that it's blessed. It has love imbued in it. It has meaning.
You may kiss the bride.
Yeah, you seal it with a kiss.
Yeah.
So, I love that. My coat of many colors that Mama made for me, made only from rags, but I wore it so proudly. Although we had no money, I was rich as I could be. In my coat of many colors, my Mama made for me. This is that child standing up saying, okay, Mama, I listened and I heard what you said, and this coat is going to bring me luck and happiness, and I am so proud to wear it. She became the coat of many colors. In other words, she wore it. She imbued it. She allowed that feeling of luck and happiness and love to fill her up.
Yeah.
When she put that coat on.
Yeah, it became that it wasn't about putting the coat necessarily to me on. It was about, I think what you're saying is, it was her
stepping into her little power.
Yeah.
Which was really big in that moment.
And that is so critical, because that is something that, a lot of young children really don't necessarily always feel so comfortable with. And I love then how that leads into what happens next in the song, in the story, because she says, I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors, even though they had no money. And with the patches on my breeches and holes in both my shoes and my coat of many colors, I hurried off to school. And so there's this moment of saying, you know what? I know these things are confirmed a part of my clothing choices this morning, and I'm hurrying off to school anyway, because I am so proud of the fact that I have my coat, and I'm just singing and enjoying my power. I'm going to run off to school. I'm ready for this. Hooray. It's this beautiful moment.
Because she, even though we had no money, she acknowledged the fact that money wasn't what made her happy.
Yeah.
It's that beautiful statement of, you are what you think you are.
Yes.
She was rich in that moment. She had a coat of many colors that was bringing her joy and happiness.
Yes.
She could not be cold in that coat, because her heart was so warm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can just see her shining so brightly with the holes and the patches on her pants and the holes in her shoes. Those didn't matter to her.
No, not at all. Not at all. She was so happy, and her mother blessed it with a kiss. I mean, it was magical. And so
she arrived at school.
Yeah, just to find the others laughing. And making fun of her. And so I think that, one of the things that Dolly Parton does make a gesture towards and acknowledges is that there are elements in our universe that are sometimes not so harmonious with how we are feeling in that moment.
Right. That there is life all around us.
Yes.
And there are lessons and obstacles or whatever, bumps in the road, especially that young age.
Yes,
oh my gosh, at school.
Yeah.
That is where a lot happens.
Yeah.
And all the other kids, I mean, you can see it. They're all laughing at her because she has rags sewn together for a coat. But she doesn't see that at all.
No.
Even though they're laughing at her.
Yeah.
I mean, this is her coat of many colors.
Yeah.
My mama made for me.
Yeah, that was not a part of how she could even...
She was just wearing a rainbow.
Yeah.
And the kids were laughing at her. It was like, she wasn't allowing that at all.
That's the part that I know that, it isn't a way to explain the kind of shaming that can happen, but that is absolutely true. It's just this moment happens because we're looking at children who they're just trying to figure things out. They don't understand why they feel the way that they do in certain cases. They're experiencing life just like any of us at that early age. And how do they know? How do they really know that they could see that coat as what you just described it as, that magical mantle of golden beauty, this rainbow shining on somebody as they're walking around. Just to think of that makes it sound like it's like a magical fairy tale. And I think that's so beautiful. But
what I'm hearing or what I'm saying is, oh my gosh, I can see the other kids are actually jealous of it because she was shining so brightly and emitting so much joy and happiness that the other kids were like, no, you can't be that happy. Why are you that happy?
And they just don't understand it.
They don't.
And for, in the moment, Dolly Parton acknowledges, I couldn't understand it. That's the next line. Mm-hmm. I felt I was rich. And I told him of the love my mama sewed in every stitch. Now, that's the thing is, they don't know. These kids, they're so young. They're just trying to figure it out. And here they are having these conflicting feelings, and they just don't understand that. And that's the way that they deal with it, is instead of, looking at themselves thinking, well, somebody bought this for me new, and this is what it looks like. So this is what I understand. So I don't understand your coat and putting all the love in it like that. That doesn't resonate with me. And you're absolutely right. The jealousy is what's driving that, because inside of them, their heart, well, it isn't, I don't want to say it's breaking, but it doesn't.
It could be missing that love.
Exactly.
That is flowing through this coat.
Yeah.
That Dolly's wearing.
And she tells him the story. Mama told me while she sewed, and how my coat of many colors was worth more than all their clothes. And, there is a little bit of, the explanation, because she feels like she's being pushed kind of she's being backed into a corner a little bit. And she wants them to understand, hey, I'll go an extra distance and tell you my own personal story. I'm going to open up to you and open up my heart to you and tell you what it really means to me. But also saying, hey, it really means more than anything you guys got on, because come on, I could do without all that. I got my coat.
Right. And I've got love.
Yes.
And I've got joy. Yeah. And I've got happiness.
Yeah.
I don't need your money.
Yes. Yeah.
That's basically what she's saying, because she said, my coat of many colors was worth more than all their clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you can have it. I'm going to take my coat. And she then acknowledges as well. And what we all understand, of course, but they didn't understand it. And she tried to make them see she's as young as they are. What are you going to do? You're going to try to appeal to the people that you want to be friends with in your social circle and try to, make them understand. And so she tries to give them a very adult and mature message that one is only poor only if they choose to be. And that's a difficult one. I mean, that's a hard one for a child to be so, I'm going to say, enlightened that they believe that. That's just amazing. And that's a beautiful thing. But, to try to explain that for a child to another child, holy cow.
That is, yeah. In that moment, you can see the wisdom of Dolly.
Yeah. Yeah.
The depth to Dolly.
Yeah.
And, for a young child to keep trying to explain to them, but they didn't understand it. I tried to make them see that one is only poor only if they choose to be.
Yeah.
And that's the whole key to life.
Yes.
It's all about choice. Yes. What do you choose?
What do you choose? Do you choose to be happy today? Do you choose, that's
right.
yeah.
In that moment where there's a traffic jam, do you choose to get angry and upset and stressed about it? It's all choice. It really, truly is. And she's telling them that, hey, you're only poor if you choose to be that way.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, is she knows she doesn't have money.
Yes.
She knows she's poor.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have to be poor.
Yeah. No, she doesn't.
That is the key.
She doesn't take on the identity.
Is so rich in life, in being alive.
It's amazing that you say that, because now, she knew they had no money. But she says,
oh my gosh, you're right.
I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. And so that's beautiful, because that is exactly the way she seals the song, with this beautiful kiss of stating exactly what you just explained. It's all about how you choose to take every step and every breath in this existence, because it can be difficult, but we can also choose to, try to turn the other cheek, try to make things beautiful and to believe in our true richness.
Right. And the most beautiful thing is the fact that Dolly did this with a child.
Wow, yeah.
She told us this story as the child, as her, reliving, because back at the beginning it says, back through the years, I go wondering once again.
Yeah.
So it's all about that, what we call shadow work, looking inside, going within. What is it that makes me stressed about that traffic jam that I'm stuck in? What is it that makes me upset that I can't, that I'm stuck on the freeway?
Yeah.
You begin to look deeper, and that's when the choices come out. Oh, I see now. I don't really have to be upset about this traffic jam, because A, I have no control over it.
Yeah.
And B, it's tied to this, where maybe one day a long, long time ago, when I first started working, I got chewed out by a boss for being 2 minutes late, something like that.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful how she showed us the way to be able to also live a rich life.
Yes. Yeah. Full of...
and I call it rich, and I'm not putting it with money, because she doesn't. This whole song is about living a rich life without any money.
Yeah. And that's, my mom actually used to say that. My mom used to say, we are rich with love. We're not necessarily rich with money. But at the same time, I think that is so beautiful, Donna, because it's hard to think of a child understanding this kind of wisdom, because the traffic jam happening, that happens because of something we can't control, and we choose how to react. So the thing that we also think of as this word that's very popular, the trigger.
Yes.
The trigger is usually a landmine that we put out there for somebody else to step in. And so exactly like you say.
So we can learn our lesson.
Yeah.
Because we get triggered by, them stepping on the landline.
Yeah. And so here the traffic comes along and it's like, I didn't know, I don't know. There was that one song we did, XYZ, I think it was by, gosh, I can't remember the, Rush.
Okay.
And they talked about the trees and how the one tree species was upset with the other. And it just reminds me of that. It's like we really kind of look outside for things to make us happy and for things to make us sad and for things to step on our landmines.
Right.
Instead of enjoying ourselves and our moments and being rich with what we truly have.
Yeah.
Like this moment that I'm having here with Donna.
Yeah. That's beautiful, Bruce, because just this morning, that thought truly entered my mind of how I just love life. I love being here.
Yeah.
And it's because of the fact that we're human.
Yes.
And can feel, can have emotion.
Yes.
Can, cry over a song.
Yeah, absolutely.
and just, find our joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when we step in those triggers or other people step on our triggers, it's, once we find our little, niche, our path, our understanding of who we really are, the richness of life gets to come out.
And we can be free.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Love it, love it, love it.
Wow.
Thank you all so, so much for coming and listening today.
We really appreciate you all listening. And we have something just to quickly share. That Dolly Parton coat was actually real.
Yes.
And we are actually looking at a picture of it.
Our wonderful assistant, Allison, has shown us. Can you tell us where you found this so people can look it up if they would like? She Googled it.
She Googled it. Dolly Parton's coat of many colors.
So it's real. Yeah. She did go to school wearing this coat. And I kind of knew that about this song. And that's what makes it even more powerful is the fact that she was able to put it into words, into lyrics for us so we can shine that wisdom to you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us here today on Lyrical Wisdom.